Hey guys, my name is Raquel, owner of Simply Ray Artistry LLC. I am a local artist from Columbia, South Carolina. Just popping off my art blog. Don't really have a prompt or missing an earring. No makeup. I look crazy, but I don't know. I just didn't feel the need to prep for this first vlog entry. Didn't really feel the need to rehearse or go over what I'm gonna say because I really wanted it to be heartfelt, and I wanted everything that I say to come off genuine and authentic and just straight from the heart, and no pit and pad, no script, just from me. So I'm not perfect. Something in my heart today told me that this was the time and this was the moment, and I shouldn't wait another moment to share my experience and share my story as an artist. Pretty sure that I'm not the only one out there that feels the way that I feel, and I'm not the only one that's been through something similar. So really want to make this video super quick, straight to the point, concise, just give you guys an overview of how I dropped out of graduate school this year to pursue art and just entrepreneurship in general. Let's go back, I guess, say last year, 2018, the beginning of 2018 was a really rough time for me. I had just quit a job that I was at for 3 years, and it was fun. I got a lot of experience. I started there when I was 19. This is when I was young. I was eager. I was fresh out of college. I had just graduated with my bachelor's in sociology. At this point, I was aspiring to be a counselor, mental health counselor, and I was just like super excited for the next step, new opportunities, growth in the services helping field. And I left my job and I went to become a outpatient counselor for a clinic. Basically was unhappy. I was just unhappy with, I don't know, I guess I could say my life in general was just really not going the way that I expected it to. I thought this new job was a new start and a new beginning. It turned out to be nothing like what I expected it to be. I was having trouble at home. I'm an only child, so it's just me and my mom. And me and my mom, I love her to death. That's the love of my life, my best friend, everything wrapped in one. However, like personality-wise, we're pretty polar opposite. So me and her, me dorming 4 years straight for my bachelor's degree and coming fresh out of college, like I said, with my bachelor's, me moving back home, kind of caused a friction. Our personalities tend to clash. We had gotten to a big blow up, and I ended up getting very irate and disrespectful with my mom, and I regret it to this day. And my mom was like, you have 90 days to get out of my house. And I was planning on moving where I was at, which was in New Jersey. At the time, I was planning on getting my own apartment in New Jersey. And at the same time, I was thinking well, what if I relocated? Like, what if I had always had talks of moving down south. Moving to South Carolina was always a target destination because I have family down here on both sides. I'm like, well, this might be a great opportunity for me to, branch out and start over. The cost of living is low. I can go back to school and do what I want to do in South Carolina. So in the process of me applying to Rutgers University in New Jersey, getting accepted in their master's program for rehabilitation counseling, and me, finding an apartment. I found a studio apartment for like $700 something a month. Like I said, I was unhappy with my job at the moment, and I knew that I would be living, struggling paycheck to paycheck. I decided to step out on a limb and apply to the University of South Carolina. So prior to me applying, my cousin from down here in South Carolina was already going. He was already attending. He loved the program. He loved everything about it. he was in the process of graduating, and the program just so happened to be social work. Now, I wanted to get an LPC, not a MSW, or a LSW, whatever, licensed social worker. But considering the fact that social workers can be mental health counselors, I decided, well, social work is so broad, like it's so big, it's so many things that a person can do with social work. So why not? Like, why not try? Very scared to leave my mom, scared to leave my friends and my family, but a part of me just knew that in order for me to grow as a woman, I needed to take this step. So I come down here to South Carolina in August of 2018, and my first semester goes, pretty well, very stressed out. But the only thing that I felt like kept me sane during that semester was my love and my hobby of art. So, over the summer 2018, me and my best friend were looking for a artist to design a logo for us for our social club, and basically the guy fell through, didn't find anybody. It was last minute, time was cutting close, and we really needed to establish this and get our logo done. I kind of looked at the idea. Now, I've never been an aspiring artist before. I've never done art as a job. I've never had an art business prior to this. I was doing makeup as a side hustle. I still do makeup. I'm never getting rid of, my makeup business. That's my baby. So I was doing makeup. I really wasn't thinking about art, wasn't thinking about drawing, but I said to myself, I've always had a creative eye. I've always loved arts and crafts. I've always loved art classes. I took a painting class in my undergrad at my college back in New Jersey. So I was just like, you know what? We're struggling to find somebody to do this, and we have to pay them for it. Why? When I know in my heart, I kind of knew I could do it. I ended up doing it. Came out nice. It was fire. It was bomb. And everybody loved it. It was like, oh my God, my best friend, shout out to her, Ajay. She told me, she was like, you're gonna start drawing. And I was like, no, I'm going down here, I'm gonna be a social worker. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm nobody drawing. And after I started posting, my little classroom doodles, like me being in class, trying to stay up, trying to stay awake, trying to stay focused, I would draw in all of my classes and all my courses. I would have long days of class from like 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and I would draw throughout all of them. That was the only thing that kept me up and focused and energized and just happy to be there, was just me drawing. So then I started noticing, like, I was really taking a liking to it. I was loving it. I was loving how free I felt, how I could express my thoughts and express myself on paper, and just the results. I would be amazed by what I could create with my own two hands, like challenging myself, drawing things that I never thought that I could ever draw. At some point in the semester, I want to say about around the October mark, October, November, I just erased everything off of my Instagram and transformed my entire page into a business page. Like, came up with a name, and Simply Ray was already my Instagram name, so I just changed it to Simply Ray Artistry. And I chose artistry because artistry is so broad, and I didn't want to limit myself to what type of art I was making or what I was doing. I just wanted it to be very, like, I'm an artist and I can create whatever I can create. I'm in South Carolina. I'm in graduate school. I had a stipend from graduate assistantship and a stipend from field placement, but I not making any money. Me and my cousin, we had our own apartment, we had rent, we have things to handle. So I'm like, this will be a perfect opportunity in a way for me to create another stream of income on top of the fact that I was doing makeup. So I just decided to, give it a shot. Like, what do you have to lose at this point? Just give it a shot. So fast forward, the semester ends December 2018. I end up getting all A's and 1B, 3.7 GPA. I ended off great. I launch Valentine's Day cards, and it was a major success. I got a lot of exposure, a lot of business, and I was just ready for the next semester and ready to continue the business aspect of things. And I guess between Valentine's Day, prepping for Valentine's Day, and coming back to school in January, I put too much pressure on myself, and it kind of put me in an ultimatum where it was like, art or school, art or school. I was always having a clash of, do I spend time on my schoolwork or do I spend time on my art? I love doing art. I love drawing. I love making cards. I love painting. I love, sketching. Do I stop my art to do my schoolwork? If I do my schoolwork, I'm not going to get money from the art. It was just like always conflicting in my head, and I just got so discouraged that I eventually, I just stopped going to class. I noticed that I was behind. I was too busy focusing on Valentine's Day and getting ready for Valentine's Day that I wasn't focused on getting ready for the semester. So I was ill prepared. I really didn't know what was going on. I wasn't making a connection to the work as much as I was when I first came in. I wasn't focused. I wasn't focused at all. I was only focused on art. I decided that I just didn't have the same, I wouldn't even say the same. I just came to the realization that I never, ever really, truly, genuinely wanted to be a social worker. On top of the fact that I'm coming from New Jersey, a very diverse state with many different faces, many different cultures, many different everything. Coming from that to Columbia, South Carolina, where, it's mostly white. And it's really white and black. It's not a lot of diversity. So there was a lot of culture shock. I did get a little homesick. It was just so much playing into it. And I just I don't know, it was just something inside of me, that just told me, Ray, this is, you can't sleep on this. This isn't a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that you decided to leave New Jersey. It's not a coincidence that when you left New Jersey, you decided to go after social work. It's not a coincidence that when you did go after social work, you discovered that this wasn't really what you wanted to do. And it's not a coincidence that you showed the world something that you can do, and they reciprocated it and they loved it. And it's something that you can use to impact other people's lives and make people happy. I don't know, I just feel like with everything that's going on and all of the stress and all of the anxiety that was piling on, I felt like art was just the ultimate escape. And today was the last day of my internship, because I stuck through with my internship for the rest of the semester, although I withdrew from all my classes and I stopped going to all my classes. I didn't give up on my internship because it was a really, really, really good internship. It was for a really good organization. I loved it and I wanted to stick it through. And I also did need the extra financial support. As I said, I did get a stipend. So all in all, I just want to close this video up and wrap it up and just say, if you have a dream, if you have a passion, if you have a skill, no matter when you discover it, at what point you discover it, don't ever feel like it's too late. Oh, I'm in school, I can't do this because I'm in school, or I can't make art because I'm a student and I said I'm going to do this and I want to make my parents happy, I want to make my family happy. It's ultimately all up to you. And I feel like for the past 4 years or so, I've been on a quest for happiness. And when I mean happiness, I mean within myself, just being happy with being me. And this is probably the first time ever in my life that I can say I'm happy. I'm happy with the decision that I made. Everything's not perfect. Business isn't perfect. Entrepreneurship isn't perfect. It doesn't come easy. It doesn't come overnight. It's not something that that's a walk in the park. You cannot imitate anybody else's business experience or their come up. It's something that you have to discover on your own. And I can honestly say that becoming a business owner and building a brand and working for myself was probably one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life, because I have always followed my own path. I've always been a leader and not a follower. I've never been good at following other people's direction and their vision. I've always loved to follow my vision and do what I want to do when I want to do it on my time. And I feel like not everybody has that quality. Not everybody has the ability to stand out. Not everybody has the ability to be a leader, to be a true leader. You know, it takes courage, and it takes strength, and it takes willpower. It takes discipline. And those are all things that I feel like I need and that I can benefit from. And I think that this experience in itself is something that I am, in the end, looking back, I'm going to be happy with the decision that I made, and I'm going to stick by it. So in February of this year, February 2013 to be exact, I filed for my LLC and legitimized my business. I decided that I wasn't going back to class, and I've been doing this art thing ever since. I haven't stopped. I haven't second guessed. I haven't, you know, there's still, through all of the struggling, because now I don't have a job. So I have to worry about how am I going to pay my rent, what am I going to do, where am I going to turn, how am I going to fund my business, how am I going to invest in my business now, what are the new marketing strategies, what am I going to do, I'm kind of lost. I've never owned a business before. I never went to school for business. So, now it's ultimately up to me to put in the work, and I'm willing to do that. I just wasn't willing to take another $20-something thousand worth of loans for a degree that I knew I wasn't passionate about. I'd rather take $20-something thousand loans to invest in my business, to flip, to make more money and make more revenue and expand what I love. And that's Simply Ray Artistry. And I guess the main message of this is just to let people know, if you've quit a job, if you've quit school, if you've dropped out of anything, if you've gave up on anything for a passion, you're not a failure. You're not losing. You're not missing out. You're following your heart. You're following your dreams. And you're doing what makes you happy. And that's what matters. Too many people worried about the clout and the image and upholding this, I don't know, this rep or this, I don't know. But I just know that I'm happy. And it's been a long time, And today I felt like I could exhale. Because I didn't have to, I know from this point on, I won't have to worry about another paper or worry about another assignment or another essay or, how am I going to stay up and study for an exam when I have to stay up to finish a painting? Those are things that I won't have to worry about anymore. But I do have to worry about now my entire future. This is my last day of school. So what am I about to do? In 2 weeks, I'm not going to get another check from school. So now it's really I feel like this journey has officially today, on April 26th, it has really begun, even though I started my business a few months ago. Today, business really starts because now I'm on my own and I'm full-time as of now. And I'm scared. I'm scared shitless. I am petrified, but I know that it had to be done. So just again, to anybody out there, anybody who's contemplating, anybody who doesn't know, who's unsure or feels like they're unsure, and it's only because they're scared of what somebody else is going to think. If you know that's what you want to do, if that's what's in your heart, if that's what you're passionate about, do it. No question asked, no second guessing. Do it. All right, guys.